can all agree that the reboot of the X-Men franchise in live action coming to Marvel Studios after Secret Wars is one of the most anticipated films and events coming from the studio. Everyone loves the X-Men. They are characters that we need and absolutely want to have on screen. X-Men 97 is a huge success. I want to see the live action team now that's going to be at Marvel Studios going forward. And apparently there are some big things coming out of what's going to be happening in terms of the villain, the main cast, in terms of the characters they want to use going forward, and a lot of who's going to be maybe portraying and who's in talks right now too. I'm excited to discuss all this too because I need the X-Men in my lives. I love everything X-Men, and I can't wait for the live action X-Men to come to us now and be integrating with the Avengers, with the Fantastic Four, the Thunderbolts, and everyone else in between. If you were not aware, the X-Men movie reboot coming from Marvel Studios is going to be directed by Jake Schreier, and if you were familiar with that name, he is the guy who directed Thunderbolts, which I thought was absolutely magnificent and brought together a team of ragtag characters that people didn't really know too much about and some lesser known characters and brought them together for an absolutely phenomenally directed film. So I really trust him with what he could do with the X-Men 2 in terms of bringing all these different characters together and this team up to characters that people may not be familiar with, because the X-Men, there's a lot of characters you can play around with that franchise too. But it seems that the story is going to be centered around Scott Summers and the Summers family, which I'm a huge fan because I am a huge Cyclops guy. That is my guy. I love James Marsden's portrayal as Cyclops. I love the animated version of Cyclops too, so I want to see the new live action Cyclops coming into life. I'm excited to see how they're going to portray him, and it's centered around his family too, with Jean and all of his kids, because Scott, he gets around. He's got a lot of kids, and they are extremely powerful as well. So if it's going to center around his family and that dynamics too, I absolutely love that. And in terms of centering around him, the main villains apparently are going to be Mr. Sinister, which, yes, that character absolutely works. He was a great foil in X-Men 97, and then Apocalypse as well. I think those are two very, very good characters too. And we're not getting off to the Magneto. He's the villain in terms of like those older X-Men movies too, which I am a fan of, but he doesn't need to be the villain. No. Mr. Sinister is a great villain and can be set up for multiple movies at a time, and then Apocalypse is the overarching villain of like that first X-Men saga. Great. I'm there for it too. I love that idea, and they can do Apocalypse absolutely right. Give it a comic accurate look and design. X-Men 97 design is perfect. I look forward to that. But centering around that, who else could be in the X-Men team? I think it's going to be kind of the original cast, too, in terms like Scott, Jean, maybe Beast, Emma Frost, Nightcrawler, a couple of those characters as well, too. And then like, you're going to have Magneto sprinkled in there, too. He's going to have like his own thing. And I don't think you're going to have a new Wolverine. It seems a lot of reports are coming out, too, that the Wolverine is not going to really be there. It's going to be a Hugh Jackman version. I don't know if I believe that, too, but hey, Deadpool did say till he's 90. So if that is true, I'm all for it because, you know, I'm a Hugh Jackman guy, and Wolverine is awesome. So if we can integrate him like Old Man Logan into that X-Men new team, I'm all down for it too. So bring in that. So who's going to be Beast? Who could be Nightcrawler? Who could be Emma Frost? There's lots of fan castings too out there of Emma Frost too, because there's certain people that you can think of like, oh, that character, that person fits that design. Like there's Sydney Sweeney rumors now too, Inde Navarette from Obsession too, in terms of who she could be. Maybe a Mystique character, a Kitty Pryde. I like that one a lot. People are saying she could be Rogue. I don't really see her as Rogue. I don't see like the look and like her aesthetic. I just don't see her potentially being Rogue. But I think Mystique is a big one that I absolutely love for her too. I would love to see that portrayal. But I'm excited for this because the X-Men are a franchise that we need in our lives. We've seen the success of X-Men 97, how great that TV show is. That first season is phenomenal. Second season, what a phenomenal start to the second season it is too. So people want the X-Men too. Now we're able to officially put them at Marvel to have them integrate with the Fantastic Four, the Thunderbolts, the Avengers going forward now too. That's going to be an absolute success. And if we get those villains down right, too, with Mr. Sinister, especially because that guy, he's an absolute problem, and he can be sadistic. I love it. Like, there's so many different people you get to portray that character, too, because he can be written in so many different ways, too. Josh Hartnett, too, is one of the big names out there, too, that can be rumored to portray Mr. Sinister. I actually love that casting too. If it comes to fruition, great, that would be great. But there's so many different people who can play it too. But Mr. Sinister and then Apocalypse and then having the original X-Men team kind of being cohesive. And it's also said they want to focus on several different properties going forward. They want to focus on the X-Men one going forward specifically. They want a Doctor Strange. They want a Black Panther. They say they're kind of pushing Fantastic Four 2 to the side. I don't know if I believe that. We'll see about if that happens. But Avengers 7, absolutely. Because I think the Russo brothers are going to come back after Secret Wars 2. Because I think Secret Wars is going to be a 2-part film. It's going to be split up. There's going to be Secret Wars, and then it's going to be a couple of years, so they have some movies in between. There's going to be a Secret Wars Part 2 or something else, or maybe call it like Infinity War, not Infinity War, but like whatever, something like massive. I just think they're going to be, because the Russo brothers love making Avengers films, and they knock them out the park every single time. Like I said, I don't have any worries about Doomsday going forward now too, but if Jake Schreier can nail the X-Men, which I believe he will because what he did with Thunderbolts was absolutely phenomenal, I think we're all in good hands too. Some of these names being attached to it and the stories they want to send around to, I'm all for it. For the villains, I just love it, and we need the X-Men back in our lives.